Hi everyone, my name is Olivia Ray, and today I'm going to be talking on the subject of endometriosis. So this video is going to be about my personal journey with endo and also a little bit about what it is. So I'm not fully educated on endo at all by any means. I've only done, my fair share of WebMD and Google researches. So I want to read the definition of it. So endometriosis is a disease which is the endometrium, the tissue that lines the inside of the uterus or womb, is present outside of the uterus. So you can't technically get diagnosed with an ultrasound or anything like that. You can really just speak to your doctors on the symptoms that you're having and get a surgery. Your symptoms can range anywhere from bad period pain to, I've heard migraines. I personally experience extreme fatigue. I've always been the kind of person that needs an insane amount of sleep. It's like, even though I get that much sleep, I still feel tired. Emotion-wise, around my periods, I feel like I only really get 2 good weeks out of the month. I feel like there's a whole week of some weird PMS and then my period week, and then I feel like right after my period I get a burst of energy. I feel great. I experience, problems going to the bathroom, so just either I can't go poop or I have to go immediately, which endo can actually get into your rectum and everywhere and spread all throughout different parts of your body. I get very weird pain sometimes when I'm like there's gas I can feel moving in my body, and there will be a spot sometimes it'll hit, and on my period it's unbearable. It feels like I'm being completely stabbed. I'm like it takes the breath out of me. And then a lot of people have said painful sex. I definitely have experienced that in the past, more so when I was with guys than with women, but it's still there. It's uncomfortable. It's never it just makes me feel bleh. It doesn't make me feel good. It's not always fun. It's how can I do this so I'm not going to be in pain? So that's super frustrating. On my period, I mean, it's just unbearable. I can't get out of bed. It really feels like I'm going into labor and I'm literally going to deliver an evil ball of fire. I don't know how else to describe it. It's so awful. I have vivid memories of being crippled on the floor, screaming. Horrible periods, and just into my adulthood is when I've been able to really self-medicate to the point where it's bearable, but it's not I can go to work. It's just getting me through, the first couple of days. So I, decided in the beginning of the year I was, really battling with surgery or birth control. It seemed like birth control is the easier option, but it really wasn't. So I have decided to get the surgery, which is a laparoscopy. It's an outpatient surgery, which means that you won't have to stay in the hospital overnight unless something bad happens. So what the laparoscopy will do is they will go in through my belly button and make 2 incisions, and they will stick a camera in me, and they will go ahead and remove any of the excess tissue, cysts, anything like that they see. I am counting down about a week away from getting this surgery. I'm scared, I'm not gonna lie. Surgeries scare me more than anything. The idea of me being cut open is insane, but I'm really hoping and praying that this is going to be something that helps me and I'm not gonna have to, experience the amount of symptoms that I have. I'm going to be getting a Mirena put in as well. So with the Mirena, that's going to get rid of my periods, hopefully. For most women it does. And for me, it sounds like the best option because I don't have to try a bunch of birth controls. I don't want to be on birth controls. I believe it's non-hormonal, and she can do it right when I'm in surgery, so I don't even have to go through like the pain of that. And it's supposed to last 5 to 7 years. You know, if you want to have children in that time, you can just get it removed. So the whole goal with endometriosis is to not continually have periods, because when you have periods is when you have these flare-ups and when the endometriosis grows and you get scar tissue and cysts. And so when you just eliminate the period completely, you know, you hopefully won't have all of these problems and your body won't be, you know, fighting you so much. My way of self-medicating is taking 800 milligrams of ibuprofen every 4 hours for usually at least the first day, usually a day and a half, sometimes 2 days if it's really that bad. Medical marijuana has been a really awesome thing for me as well. I know it doesn't work for everybody, it's not legal everywhere, but I have found an immense amount of relief in that. It also helps me sleep, it helps me eat, it helps me, you know, deal with so many other symptoms that comes along with this disease. Also a heating pad, CBD creams. Not eating inflammatory foods also is a really big one. I'm telling you, it really makes such a difference when you change your diet from, you know, just eating junk food or eating whatever you want to listening and paying attention to certain things that you put in your body. Recently I've been experiencing the symptoms of IC, and with that I've been changing to an alkaline diet. So I got an alkaline water filter, I got like acid reducing drops for food, and I mean, I'm already vegetarian, but I've been trying to also wean out any kind of dairy, eggs, and gluten, which is pretty much impossible. It's not, but it takes a lot of like work and patience that I don't necessarily always have. So I recently went to the hospital. I've heard of people with endometriosis going to the hospital before, and I was like, that's crazy, like I've never been hospitalized for this, like I don't faint, like that's so insane. So I knew this past month when I got my period it was not going to be good. I took time off work. I was like, I cannot go anywhere, I have to just be at home. My pain got worse and worse and worse and worse until the point that I was like screaming on the floor in pain, and my poor sister had to call the ambulance and I was taken away. I quite literally thought I was dying, but the pain started letting up, and I ended up later finding out that I had a cyst rupture. So I had no idea I had cysts. This is another, I think, symptom of endometriosis, is that, you know, there's all of this stuff happening like on the outside of your uterus, but when you do an ultrasound, you can't see any of that. So I'm just pretty much sitting here with all of these weird pains and these weird uncomfortable, you know, spots, and I just don't know what's going on. So my advice for anybody who is experiencing, you know, possible symptoms of endo is to get in support groups. There's tons, whether you just follow a bunch of accounts on Instagram or if you know, do it on Facebook. There's apps that you can get. There's so many different ways that you can reach out for help and support, emotionally, physically, mentally. Every single aspect, it's heavy. And you really feel isolated, you feel alone, you feel a little crazy. But I really believe that there's hope and that you can find the support if you know, reach out and look for it. Thank you for watching if you've made it this far. I will, like I said, try to keep updated on everything that's going to happen in the future, from surgery and recovery and just, you know, my symptoms moving forward from this. So you can, you know, follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to check, you know, my DMs on there for people who message me about this. And if you comment on this video, I would love to, you know, talk an open conversation about anybody who, you know, might be like, hey, you know, I think I might have that. Make sure to subscribe so that you can see my updates and any other crazy things that I talk about in my life in the future. Bye.